Truth within literature. Thesis. Truth within literature is determined based on a reader's individual perception of what truth is for them. Truth is this consistency to build upon. To have an understanding of what truth is, and an individual must determine what is something that occurs faithfully and without question. Things that occur faithfully and are never called into question builds the truth an individual holds in their lives. These things are considered to give a person consistency. They can be things such as, where is your razor every morning? Where do you find your shoes? Or which way are you going to go to work? These consistent items make them true to an individual. These are never into question because you always know where your shoes are or how you're going to go to work. As a person, you base your truth on things you can build a consistent relationship with. Things like vacations can be planned because the calendar will always be the same 365 days, right? So this allows you to build on that consistency of the calendar's truth. The reading that caused me to look at the truth in literature would be The Life of Pi. Pi's journey throughout the story shows the various stages in which he builds on his truth based on the consistency that lives around him. The first time I noticed Pi created truth based on a constant experience is when he studies the 3 different religions and picks Hinduism as his faith based on the affinity towards animals and all living things. This truth is based on his experience of being raised and living around animals at a zoo. He begins to study animals to build an understanding of their nature. This studying is what leads to the most detailed, constant truth about animals. After the shipwreck, Pi uses his knowledge of animalistic behavior to create the story of his 227 days on a lifeboat. Pi was able to build his truth of the events to occur after the shipwreck based on what he knows about each animal's temperaments. He was able to distinguish which animals were violent and which ones were not. So when the time came, each one had a place. Each animal is described and characterized in the same hierarchy of the animal kingdom in which Pi spent so many years studying. By the end of the book, Pi has related the story to be correct more than likely, cast each animal as a person that showed these traits. The people that Pi distributes through the animals that are on the boat with him is the French cook being the hyena because of his nature to be able to attack others. The crewman was docile and so therefore he was the wounded zebra. The orangutan was Pi's mother. She was a defender. Pi taking on the persona of the tiger is unique in itself because Pi never thinks of itself as a violent person, and the tiger is usually not violent unless provoked. Through the book, Pi's provoked, so his tiger instincts come out. So, the truth in this literature for me is not everything that is consistent will always be the same truth. And truth is as individual in literature as it is in a person's thumbprint. Pi wasn't violent, but he ended up associating as being the tiger. All lies hold truth, so does truth in literature. So for the truth to be alive within literature, it has to be based on a truthful, constant experience. This is why lies hold truth. After finishing this unit, truth to me is still going to be based on things that are consistent, even though for Pi they were not. Truth is in what people observe and feel around them. Truth is going to mean different things to each individual, just like their thumbprints.
Created using Powtoon.